That's a really interesting question, to be honest. No, a lot of things might come up, but usually when what comes to my mind when I think about this, going back a bit, when I was less experienced and maybe not so confident as I am now, I think that would be that success lies beyond your comfort zone. If you think about it, what in a lot of jobs, not just the gaming industry, but I think in essentially in any role that you might be having professionally or even personally, right? Whatever your situation is. If you think about and you always keep to what you know and you're really sticking into that, not getting another perspective that might be more holistic, looking to things from another point of view, getting to know other stuff that you might not have known so far. So you're less confident in that, right? So that requires a kind of, let's say, boldness to step out of your comfort zone. So get to know something else. Get to know more people that would be interesting for you, that would be impactful in your career. Engage in communities, engage in discussions around topics that interest you, even though you may not be, a subject matter expert on the topic, but you're gonna get to hear from other people and learn. So that's what I always try to tell myself as well, right? Even though I may not be confident in something I might be assigned to, or a project or whatever, I'm always going to try to look at it from a positive side. So look at it as an opportunity to learn and to grow rather than something that will create me this sort of fear to go into it.
Could you share a pivotal moment in your career that has made like a significant impact, like you look back and think, oh, that was like a new chapter?
I'm actually involved in a project at the moment, which I think is quite impactful as well.
Recent one.
It's more of an update. I wouldn't say it's something completely new, because we're an international company with around 3,500 people around the world. So we are trying all the time to stay updated on what is going on. So what are our values, what is really important of us in terms of our behaviors, in terms of our actions, how we should be seen as Wargaming employees, both internally and externally. And a lot around that lies on what is our understanding around conduct and behavior, right? So what are the values that guide our behavior? And those really rely a lot on responsibility, that we're all responsible for our actions, accountability, and mindfulness. And of course, respect to diversity, I would say. So the project is around those principles, basically, and creating a more aligned understanding on what is our approach on misconduct, whether this is about harassment, discrimination, abusive conduct, and different types of discrimination along the way. And we have established, not now, but for many years now, but we are updating it now, what are our values around these topics, that we should be guided by, as I mentioned earlier, respect to diversity. Being a multinational company with more than 50 nationalities around the world, we need to embrace this diversity and this, let's say, variety of voices that we have in the company, I would say.
setbacks and challenges, especially in the gaming industry, is kind of inevitable, maybe even more so this year. So I wanted to ask you, like, how do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life? And like, do you have a go-to strategy for overcoming them?
Challenges and setbacks, you're always going to have them, right? I mean, whatever you're trying to do, something is always going to come in the way, or you might face issues or whatever. So be positive about that. I would say try to have a positive outlook on how you look at things. Don't look at things with skepticism and being suspicious. So have an open mind. This is what I try to do as well when I have, issues at work. Whether this is about having a difficult conversation with an employee or a manager, or handling a sensitive case that has come up and we need to deal with it, that might have, reputational risks for the company or the employees as well. So try to have a positive outlook. As I said, if you're not sure about something, ask questions. I think this is really important. Ask questions. No question is silly, if you ask me. So ask good questions and be open to learn, right? And again, having that purpose, as I mentioned earlier. So being clear about the result that you want to get out of it and the means that you will use to get to that result. It might be different things, but having that result in mind, that will help you to understand what you need to do. And the learnings, they will come, of course, along the way. But be also, I would say, especially in challenging times where people might be not so engaged. And I think we've seen that a lot in the gaming industry, right, lately. So I think what's important about that is being honest with the people, remaining authentic. Don't fake you're something else other than what you really are. Keep the people informed. Be transparent about what is the situation, what we're facing, how we should work together to get out of it, because it's not a single person, that's usually the one that will solve an issue, right? It's a collaborative effort most of the times. So it's a team effort. So engage the people in that effort. Make them feel that their contribution is important. Get them involved. And along the way, give the information, enable open communication, listen to their opinions, listen to what they have to say. Even though you might not apply this, but take it in mind. Make them feel they are heard. So I think all of these things are important to have in mind when you're facing an issue, whether it's something minor or something more major.